Hi. I'm live. Let me open the chat window quickly. Yes, I'm live. Cool. So, okay, let me update the status. So, today I'm trying to solve all the questions. If I'm able to, how the maximum, we'll try the maximum number of problem we can solve from the 2 days. So, trying. Okay. Meanwhile, people will join. Let me just start quickly. Hey Aditya, how are you? So today's goal is like we have two contests, right? We'll, like bi-weekly and weekly. So we'll try to solve that questions. So you guys are with me, right? Let me just lower this text a bit. And yeah, I've started my PHP developer journey. That's group good, bro. You can uh tell your update in my live stream. Okay, I can also monitor. That's good. You can share publicly. You'll get a good guidance and good opinion, like you are in the right track or not. That's your checkpoint, like you are doing good or not. Okay. So let me just quickly start with bi-weekly, and let me open both the content side by side and we'll see. So yeah, we need to give this. This is bi-weekly, and wait. Okay, now this is good. And I want to look at the questions of weekly contest also. Weekly contests. Okay. So here we have four problems and here we have four problems. Cool. How many medium problem? I'm interested in medium problem. So we have two medium problem and here we have two. So total four medium problem we have today. Cool. So today we have four medium problem, two easy problem. That is just left six problem. Let me just quickly add the text. Total we have six problems, right? Let me just add one more text box. Problem count. Okay. So current status is 0 out of 6. Okay. So okay. So we are good to go. So this will tell how many problem we have solved. This will tell what I'm currently trying to do. This will tell like the good anime suggestions, and this is my subscriber count. So we have everything with us, right? Let's just dig into problem. So first problem. You are given an integer array nums of an odd length. Return true if the middle element of array appears exactly once in the array, otherwise return false. Okay. So we have an input in a form of array which has a odd number of element, and we have to tell the unique element exactly appears once. Okay. And what about others element? If the middle, so we only care about middle element, we don't care about any other elements, right? So what we can, the simplest way is we can create a frequency, we can maintain the frequency and check the frequency of middle element if it is. So what we can do is count the frequency of all elements in num. If frequency of middle element is 1, then will return true, otherwise will return false. So this is what basic idea is. Yeah. So what we can do, let me quickly create a map to just store the frequency. Let me iterate the nums. Yeah, and I will do count frequency count plus plus. Okay, and we'll check if, and yeah, we know the length of nums is odd, so we have only one unique middle element, right? So middle element will be n by 2. Let's say this is 3 by 2 plus 1 is our middle element. So check mp of n by 2 plus 1 is equal to 1. If it is, then we'll return true, otherwise we'll return false, right? And we good to go. Let me just submit and move. It's a easy question, right? How is this possible? Why we get wrong answer on the easy problem? Let me quickly print the map also. Okay, it's an easy problem, so I'm not thinking much. It's one, right? Then why we are getting false here? It should return true, right? Ah, I see. We have to write nums of this. I made a mistake here. We want that element, not the index. Nums of n by 2 plus 1, right? What just happened here? Let me get the middle element. Let's not make the code messy. Nums of n by 2 plus 1 is our middle element, and we have to check the frequency of middle element. Wait, what? N is 1. Ah, I see. We can do here for n is equal to 1, return true, because if there is only one element, it's always true, right? I'm not thinking much. This is an easy problem, right? We can do any kind of brute force and get rid of AC. I have fucked up somewhere. What I just did is here. 3. Middle element is always n by 2. It's a zero base index. Why I am doing that silly mistakes? Did you guys get the mistakes? Like, I'm thinking of in a one base index, but it is always in a zero base index. I had a question, right? Which year you are in? I'm M.Tech final year student. So let me just quickly submit and move to the next problem. So we got accepted, right? So let me just quickly update. Uh, we solved one problem, and now I'm trying second problem. second LeetCode easy question. This is just a quick reference, and this is if you want to know what detailed I am currently working on, I am mentioned here. So trying second, we solved one easy problem. So now I'm trying second easy problem. Okay, it's also one of easy problem of today's by weekly. It's a weekly, right? Yeah. So what's problem saying? You are given an integer array. You are given an integer array. Hi SM Creations. I'm preparing for GATE 2028. How placement going for M.Tech CSC? It's wonderful choice. It's not bad actually. As like if I look the current market scenario, and if you are in a good good IITs or even the top NIT or top triple IT, you will get a good placement, bro. It's not bad decision to go with GATE also. It's based on like your interest, and GATE is not hard. It just required a consistency and good preparation. That's all. You can achieve good score in GATE. It's not hard. I saw lots of my friends have achieved that, and they are still trying to crack the GATE in under 100. They're targeting under 100. So I'm thinking actually uh, I have not prepared very well for GATE. Like using I got admission in my triple IT because of my coding skills, because they had a two paper for admission. One is totally based on GATE knowledge, and another is totally based on CP, competitive programming contest. So I perform very well in second paper, and I have decent GATE knowledge, so I have get a decent average GATE in paper one. So overall, I got a good score. I got triple IT Delhi for M.Tech. But if you give a prepared a GATE for a decent amount of time, I'm pretty much sure like you can get a good score and get a good college. Okay, so let's move to this problem. Sum of integers with a maximum digit range. Okay, so you are given an integer array nums. The digit range of an integer defines the difference between the largest element and the smallest element. Okay, return the sum of all integer in nums whose digit range is equal to the maximum digit range among all. Wait a minute. Return the sum of all integer in nums whose digit range is equal to the maximum digit range among all the integers in the array. Okay, so first of all we have to found the maximum digit range, and then we have to found how many element in this num has same has the same maximum digit range. The digit range is equal to the maximum. Let me just summarize here in a quick. uh, Find max digit range, then find all such element with the max digit range, and sum all such element. uh, if you check, there is a PGCAT exam, they conduct PGCAT exams, right? So I think now they have changed the pattern of PGCAT exam. Like in my time, they have two paper. We have to give two paper for PGCAT. It's in a two slot. One is a one morning slot. Then we have 1 hour break, and then we have another paper. So first paper is totally MCQ based, where where we have the similar subject has the gate level difficulty, and after 1 hour break we have a contest on Code Chef. They've given you a four problem, and you have to solve that problem, and based on, from both the paper they will tell you your combined rank. So that's how the admission is used to be in my time. Now they have removed that coding test, I guess. I'm not sure, you can check on triple IT website, it's mentioned that in admission section. So first of all, let me find the max range. 0. Okay, and what we can do here is we'll yeah What we can do is we can maintain, or we can do there's lots of way to solve this problem. First of all, let me find the max range. Let's not think much about it. Auto x over nums. Okay, let me create. So my target is to write a clean code, not a fast code. So what we can do is we'll break down the logic into a small function. So there's a function that will give you max range. Int get max range. If you pass n, it will return the max range of this integer. Okay, answer is equal to 0. Now will I, while n will store your max digit. Max digit is equal to minimum and min digit. Ah, digit we can initialize with 9. Okay, and we'll extract the digit from n. This is how we can extract the digit one by one. Let's say if I do 5724 mod 10, it will give me 4. So this is how we extract the digit, and we'll update our max digit equal to max of max digit comma d, and we'll update the min digit is equal to minimum of min digit comma d. It's an easy problem. It seems like a difficult no, because I'm trying to write a clean code. That's why it seems to a lot of coding here. You guys saw, but you can do in a n square, and it's pretty easy. And we'll divide n by 10, and we'll return the digit max difference, that is maximum minus minimum. So maximum minus minimum. Okay, so we this the task of this function is to return the max range. I can call it max difference range, max digit range. Let's find max range. Okay, so I will iterate through all the digit ones. Let's say max range is equal to maximum of max range comma get max range of x. Okay, now we have to generate the answer. We have to sum all the integer whose max range is equal to this max range. So again we iterate, we'll do this. Now here what we check is if get max range of this x is equal to the max range of entire array, then we have to include in our answer that x, that element, and then we'll simply return answer. Do you guys have any question? Do you guys have any question? Do let me know. Let me just first submit, and we got accepted, right? So if you guys have noticed like how I solved this problem, I just break down the entire question into a small piece of codes. Like each function has a particular task to follow. So like if you go into industry, the this is how we have follow the clean code pattern. Because if you look this, so everything has a crisp and clear visual, right? If you look at the code, so you get every function has own individual task, and you don't feel burden on your mind while writing a code. But CP doesn't require a good coding style. It's all about how you practice yourself and for what you're practicing. If you want to go for core CP guy, then you don't need to write a clean code. Your goal is just to get accepted. But if you want to be industry ready person, like that's what I don't know what's up with, but I like to write. I'm trying to write a clean codes now. So I usually break the entire solution into parts of the small function, and each function has a particular task to perform. So let me just quickly update the problem count. We have solved 2 questions. Now we're trying first. Today's first, right? It's our first medium question. Trying first medium question, guys. Okay, let me pick this one first. Are you guys with me, right? If you have feel any, like any, be open, it's fine. You can ask me anything. I have mentioned in my title also. Like the full form of this is ask me anything. Ask me anything. So if you are my regular viewer, you will get to know, like I usually use this is the first time I'm using, but I'm letting you know the meaning of this is ask me anything. You have, be free and ask whatever you gains your mind. That's how you can get rid of assumptions, right? Not everything is hard. It's just assumption. Just speak to the right person and you'll get to know it's hard or not. Actually, the concept of hard and easy, there's no concept of hard and easy. It's a relative concept, right? If you just give a little bit burden to your brain, you'll get to know there's nothing hard and easy. It's a relative concept. For someone, something is harder. For someone, that's easy, right? So that's fine. So let me just quickly read the problem. If you have any question, please let me know in the chat. So maximum valid pair sum. Okay. So what problem is saying? You are given integer array nums of length and an integer k. Okay. A pair I and j is called valid if I is less than j and they are inside the boundary. Okay. And the difference is greater than equal to k. Okay. Return the maximum value of among all the valid pairs. Okay. So we have to write down few things. We have to find j minus I greater than equal to k. That means we have to, what's the constraint here? Yeah, it's a huge constraint, right? So we can't run n square. Hmm. We can't run n square here. So what we can do is we have to find the sum among all the valid pairs. And so here is a trick. See, we just need to simplify the equations here and we have to come up with an observation and to make our tasks life easy. That makes our life easy. So okay, so let's build the assumption then. Like what's the simplest way we can convert this problem statement? So we want all such pair this. Okay, so if I just write down j is greater than equal to k plus I. Okay, and k is given to us. So now this is static. For particular, if you fix the I, you'll get the j, right? You fix the I, you'll get the j. Okay, so yeah. So what we can do here is, let's say we have n numbers. I'm taking the example of this 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so we have five numbers. Okay, and k is 2. K is 2 for us. Okay, so if I fix my I, this is 0, this is 1 2 3 and 4. So you'll notice, if you fix I, your j is also determined. So for example, my I is this. So what are my j? Plus k. That means these are my potential j, right? If I fix this I, you will notice these are my potential j, right? If I fix this I, you'll notice these are my potential j. And you can't fix this I because now j is out of the boundary, right? So these are the only valid I we have, right? So my point is, I got a question, right? Hello, brother. I started lead coding recently. Congratulations, bro. You are in a good path. That's what I can say right now. It's your real. I don't snake. It's Snehit. That's how I can pronounce, right? Or it's just something else, or it's not your name. Snehit. It seems like a name to me, but I don't know anything. Okay, so what we can see here is uh for this. Okay, so my I have two ideas in my mind now. See, what we saw here is if we increase the I, we decrease one j. If we increase I, we decrease one j, right? So we want some kind of data structure that will tell me, like, we want to maximize this, right? For each I, we try to find, see, I is fixed. For each, for one I, we have multiple j. If you'll notice here, right? For each particular I, we have multiple choice of j. So nums of I is fixed. Now we want to maximize this entire value. So we want something to be maximum here, as much as maximum possible. So from the given choice, what we'll do here is we'll try to get the maximum. So we want some kind of data structure, right? Because uh, we know the priority queue, the mean priority queue, max priority queue, right? So what we'll do here is we know for the starting I, these are the j. If we fix the starting I, we get the starting range of j also and until end, right? So we push all this element into a priority queue, max priority queue, right? And for this and max priority queue, the top element of max priority queue is always a maximum element. So for this element, we have this. And once we move, what we'll do is we'll remove this element from our priority queue. Now priority queue have this many element and it will give you in log n time what's the maximum element among all such j. So that's my idea. If it is not clear, you can ask. Like I'm assuming like whatever I'm trying to explain, it's visually it looks good to you, right? Or not? Just let me know. Or I can try to explain in a better format if it's not. Okay, I assume like yeah, it makes sense to all, right? So we need a hi Yuvik, how are you? It makes sense, right? So for this I, let me just populate a priority queue. Priority queue of integer, let me call it PQ. Okay. So from j is equal to j is from 0, j is from k, like I plus k, I is 0, right? For I is, for the first I it's 0. I'm good too. I'm also good, bro. So j is less than n, j plus plus, and I have to define my n. N is just the size of nums. Okay. And what we'll do, pq dot push nums of j. Okay. Yeah. So now what we want to go I is equal to 0, I plus k is less than n, and I plus plus. Okay. So we have to maintain the answer also. So what's my current answer? Current is nums of I plus. I want something plus here, and what's that? That's the maximum element, that is pq dot top and pq dot pop and this max, right? And now I'll update my answer comma current. Yeah, and then we'll return our answer. Oh my god, we got wrong answer. Why we get wrong answer? It's fine, we can debug this. Let me print the current. So I'm trying to match this value. So we can say is 0 comma 2. Okay, it's 9. Why we have only three values here? 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, 9. Yeah, from 0 we get the maximum is 9. Okay, from 1 we get maximum is this 5 and 11, but seems like it is not. We get 8 here. That's not true. If I'm standing here, then these are my potential, right? Then max should be 9. Okay, let me just print quickly max also. Okay, so if I'm standing here, my potential cat j are this, and among this I can say 8 is the maximum. Okay, right. And if I'm standing here, then still 8 is still maximum, right? I see. We have to remove this 5, not 8. Yeah. So whatever I think, that's not true, right? We need to remove a specific element, and we can't remove that specific element from priority queue, right? So we have to come up with another approach then, because priority queue only give you a maximum element of your range. And I think we don't even need priority queue. I have one more simpler idea. So what we can do here is we just like say, let's say 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and k is 2. So what our concern, we want maximum element, right? We want maximum element from this set of element. We want maximum element from this set of element. For this I want maximum element from this range. For this I want maximum element from this range. And if you notice, for this I want maximum element from this range. So it's always a suffix. If you look carefully, it's a suffix, right? It's always a suffix. So we can maintain a suffix, right? We can maintain suffix maximum. We can maintain a suffix of maximum element. Like what is a maximum element if my suffix ends here? What is let's say this is the end point. So it's quite simpler, right? We don't even need a data structure here, because our main target is we just need a maximum element in the range, and range is also fixed. Like one point of range is fixed, right? That's the end of the array, and another point is varying based on I. So it seems quite reasonable to me. Are you guys with me, right? You guys got it what I'm trying to say. Max suffix of let's say nums. This is how I calculate the suffix, is equal to n minus 2 greater than equal to 0 I. Good. Then we are good to go to implementation then, right? So how we can maintain suffix? uh Max suffix of I is equal to maximum of max suffix of I plus 1 comma nums of I. So what I did here is like how we can calculate the maximum suffix, and let me just quickly tell you. So what I did is I have initialized this with 8, right? Now I have to calculate what is the maximum element among these two. So this is the maximum element starting from this end, right? 8 is now 2 comma 8, which is the maximum 8, right? Then I have 5. If you saw here, we have 5. Well, again, this is the maximum element till this point. Well, again, calculate what is the maximum element, that is 8. For and now with 3, this is the maximum element among this range. Now what is the current element, that is 3, and I will take the maximum among this is 8. Let me take one good example. Say if this is not clear, let's say we have array like this: 1 y 1 2 9 7 6 8. I want to calculate the suffix maximum of this array. So I 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so I have initialized 8 here, right? I'll take the maximum of this number, again 8. I'll take the maximum of this number, that is again 8. Now I will take the maximum of this number, this is 9. So clearly see, right? Maximum element from this suffix starting, maximum element among this is 9, so that is what we stored here. Now what's the maximum number among this, that is again 9. What is maximum number among this, that is again 9. So you will clearly look, like for, let's say for any arbitrary range, just let me know. Let's say if want to check for sanity check, let's check what is the maximum element of this range, that it's end here, right? So we'll check this element, that is 9, and we can clearly see 9 is the maximum range among all this element. So this is how we calculate the suffix maximum. So this is what I did here: maximum element, one index previous, and current element. Okay, so now we want answer here, and for I is equal to 0, I plus k less than n, and I plus plus. Yeah, so answer is, what is our answer? Answer is equal to maximum of answer comma nums of I, that is fixed, plus what is the maximum suffix of I plus k, right? And we return that answer, and yeah, we're getting 13 and we're getting 14 for this test case. So did you guys, it, it felt confusing because it's a pure observation question, and then we just write down the small code. But under the hood, what is we are doing here, you got it right? I have explained this part. So in this part, what I did is we are just calculating this. So this is fixed, right? Plus I want, among all such j, what is the maximum element that is stored in max suffix, right? Let me first submit, and we got accepted, right? So yeah, anything you guys want to ask, or we can move to the next medium problem. Let me quickly update the status. Ah, we solved three. I don't think so. We solved three problems. We solved three problems, right? One, two, and three. Okay. Now trying second medium, LeetCode medium question. Yeah, this is fine. This is fine. So we'll take the next medium problem from here. Till now, if anyone want to ask anything, or I can. Second coming. Yes, bro. Yes, Yuvik. Second. So have you noticed like how I shifted, like how I did a sanity check? Like you don't even need a data structure, and we, because it's purely we observe the pattern, right? So my main suggestion is, if you feel stuck, like I feel stuck, so what I'm trying to do, I'm start drawing, like I'm start visualizing the patterns. and definitely something and somewhere you get a clue. It's like you should not get frustrated easily, and yeah, you have to keep going. Okay, so second easy, we solved two medium and one. We solved two easy problem and one medium problem till now. Okay. Do you do you guys know any online games we can play that too? If you feel like continuously, I will not hitting your brain hard. We'll take break, we'll discuss, we'll solve. We'll take break, we'll discuss, we'll solve. That's how we can continue this stream further. Scrabble, I know. Scrabble or what? Scrabble. Do you guys familiar with Scrabble? Scribble. It's a scribble, right? Do you guys familiar with this game? Like we have to draw and guess the name. But we can play if we have five to. It will be fun if we have more than five people. We can wait till then. If people join, we'll play. Let me just go with this question till then. The name of this question is subsequence after one replacement. Okay, it's a subsequence. So yesterday I did a big blunder. Have assumed something as a subsequence. They have mentioned sub array, subset, I guess. Yeah. If you have joined my last stream, you'll saw that blunder. Right? We wasted lots of time there in debugging, but it's good actually. Yes, you can ask. तेरे बिना अब रह नहीं सकते. What should be strategy to decide right solution will get TLE during contest? Okay, this is a genuine doubt. Like lot many time I have end up in such a situation. So what I generally do is like just scan your entire code base and see it. Basically, what happened? You'll performing log an operation, or you'll performing order of an operation for some kind of lookup. For how can I put up? Let's say, let me just draw something. Let's say you have array, right? Now you have processing element by element, right? So while processing this element, if I take the example of this question only, so generally what happened? Let's say you wrote a code, right? So for each I, we have to process some set of j, right? So what the one potential TLE here is, for this I can do a linear scan and get the maximum element, right? So what you can do is, can we optimize this linear scan? So first target is look into your code, the operation, the subsequence operation you are performing, is that taking a huge time? Like this is a linear scan, right? It's an order of n. If I write something like this cost me n square, right? So something is TLE, that means your thinking is correct, you understand your problem correctly, but your solution is not optimized enough what they are asking. So firstly, you should be confident enough, like you should not get panic. You should be confident enough, like you have understood the question very well. That's why you have end up in a TLE, not a wrong answer. Wrong answer is different. TLE is different set of problem. If you hit TLA, that's fine. It's completely okay. You have understood the question very well, and you have coded out also. Now your next task is look for the potential optimization in your solution. And if it is impossible to optimize your solution, then you have to change your entire approach. For example, I have implemented a priority queue initially, right? Why I have changed my entire approach? There is a no which can I optimize, right? To remove a particular element from a priority queue. So if you just think for, I thought of, can we remove a particular element? Then I saw it's impossible to remove a particular element from a priority queue. The task of priority queue is just to tell you the minimum and the maximum of your the collection of set of elements, right? So if it is impossible to optimize your current solution, just change your approach. Just thought of different approach. Don't waste your time debugging the that. So these are the potential things you can keep in your mind. Okay. So I hope that answered your question, Yuvik. How to decide before submitting the solution that the solution will give TLA after submission? Use constraint, it is possible. Using constraint, yes. Using constraint is must. Like once you write, uh, with practice you'll get to know. Like what I generally do is, like if I write solution, my back of the mind it is calculating like it is optimal or not, because this is order of n, this is order of n, this is order of 1. This is how my like pre-processing is going on your mind. So once you're decent practice, you'll get to know like your solution is optimal enough for a given constraint or not, because constraint is the only way to tell you like you'll hit a TLE or not on a current solution. Constraint is the only way you'll get to know like how your code will perform. The TLE or a wrong submission is a different discussion in itself, but TLE you definitely get to know from the constraint itself. So what I generally do is I always look the constraint while reading the problem, then only I'll go for solution. I started giving contests recently. I get TLE most of the time and time got wasted. That's fine, that's fine. That's happened to me also. It's completely okay. It's a part of process. That's how you learn and grow. Because you right now, the state you mentioned here is completely okay if you're beginner. Because see, you're understanding the problem statement, what they're trying to say. Now you have to work on the optimization. You have to learn the tricks and tricks. You have to learn the predefined algorithm which is already present. The algorithm that serve your task. Now you have to enhance your skill. You have get a skill that to understand the question that you have now the skill how you can write a optimal code. And what's your contest rating? This is my contest rating, bro. Let me show you something around 800 1800. This is my contest rating, and maximum go 799. This is my contest rating. Okay, so I hope I have answered all the questions. Keep posting, that's fine. If I read the question and then I again look the questions. Thanks, bro. It's just consistency. That's all I can say. It's not hard for someone. It is too easy to achieve 1800, but for me, it's not easy. I tell you, I work a lot on this. It's not easy for me. Actually, I have put in a lots of effort to achieve 1800 self. That's fine for me. Actually, I enjoy the process. That's all matter at the end of the day. You guys are my motivation now. Okay, so where we are? Sequence after one replacement. Okay, you are given a two string S entry consists of lowercase English letter. You may choose at most one index in S and replace a character at index with any lowercase English letter. Return true if it is possible to make S a subsequence of T, otherwise return false. Subsequence. A subsequence is a string that can be derived from another string by delete. So subsequence means we have to preserve the order. It's not continuous. At most one. So what we can do here is we check C is present. Okay, A is also present, then T is also present, right? So we return true here. If something like this, let's say CIT, and here it's like CHAT, So order we have to maintain, that's all we can. And one replacement is allowed, right? So this C is also present here. This I is not present. You'll see here there's no I, okay. This T, so it's only allowed for one character to not present in this string. There's a T, okay, there's a T, and there are few elements here, right? So what I'll do is I'll replace this I with H or A. Then this become my substring. S become S has a substring of T. Yeah, I can delete few things from H and I get S, right? I can delete few things from T and get H. So this out. So we got, let me just write down. There's nothing to write down, right? So how we can approach then? There is a multiple way to solve this problem also. There is a multiple way. One way is like for each character, let's say for each character, let's say CA1, C2, and C3, we have total 36 character, right? 26, sorry. For each character, you'll maintain the index where they are appearing. Okay. For example, if I take this example, P. So what I'll do for I'll process this T. I'll create a map in such a way that what's the index of each character? Let's say A. A is appearing at 0. Let's say P. P is appearing at 1 and 2. Okay. And then L. L is appearing at 3. Then this E. E is appearing at 4. Now, now I want this S to be a substring, subsequence of this T. That means, let me process, this P should be present. I'll check. This is A, this is P, this is L, and this is A. So this P is present, yes. I want to take the minimum element. What is the minimum element here? That is 1, right? So I will also maintain the previous index because we have to maintain the order. The previous is 1. Now I'll proceed this L. Is L present? Yes, L is present. And what's the minimum element? That is 3. That is 3, right? So, and 3 is greater than 1, then it is good candidate. So now I change this previous to 3. Okay. Now we have to proceed this A. Oh, it's not visible, right? Or it's visible. Yeah, it's visible. So we have to process this A. We'll take the min A is present, okay. And does what's the minimum element of this A? That is 0, right? But if you saw here, a previous is 3. We have to take something that is greater than 3. So we can't take this A. So we need some replacement here for this A. Okay, one replacement is needed for this A. Now we can skip. Now we can proceed this N. If you see N is not present, so we need one more replacement. So there's two replacement and we simply say two replacement is not allowed and will return false. So this seems logical, right? See, firstly you feel confident about your approach. For me it looks logical. I don't know how I will implement, but theoretical it looks logical to me, right? I tried with DP and it gave TLE for me. This question. Are you talking about this question? Ah, I see. DP is needed here. I don't. Maybe. I don't know. but it feel reasonable to me, like if I process, like if you something process like this, right? See, I will go with DP when I will go, I usually go with DP when I have choice. Here we have choice, right? Yeah, here also we have choice. I think the choice is don't do any operation and do one operation. Yes, that's also feasible. But again, the point is why we have to go with DP if something is able, like uh should greedy works here, right? See, every greedy can be solved using DP, but this is not true. DP is just a brute force of all greedy state in a optimal manner, that we call greedy. That we call DP. DP is just an advanced version of greedy only, but it does in a form of an optimization, and we explore all the states. But vice versa is not true. If something is we solve using DP, it's not always necessary we'll solve using greedy. Right, right. Yeah. So let me just think, can we solve this question using greedy? If yes, then we don't need to go with DP. Uh, Actually, we can solve this using DP also, but I want to first try greedy solution. So what I have discussed here is I will maintain the index, right? But the one complexity we have is, say, I'm filling one complexity here in my solution is that, let's say my previous is 1 and I'm currently processing some character C. This is A and this is B, right? And its index is 1, this index is 2, and I'm processing this character C. So C is not present here. The next character is B and this previous character is A. So I process this A. I have marked, like I have stored my previous element index is 1. I'm processing this C. I said C is not present anywhere in T. So I need one replacement for this C. Now I'm processing this B. That index is 2. According to my algorithm, I can pick this B also. Let's say there's one more B here. But if I pick this B, then I can't replace this C in future, right? So in this case, I have instead of this 2, I have to pick this 3, right? But the crazy thing is we can we can do something and we prevent this thing also. Say we need replacement, right? We can replace with any character. So okay, so I have an algorithm in my mind. So let me just give you a dry run. So whenever you need replacement, replace with the next character. So what I told you here is, let's say we have A at 1, let's say we have B at 2 and 3, right? And we have this string to check, can this is our S, and we have built this with T. Using T we have built this map, right? So what I'm trying to say is, A will check this A. Okay, A is present. What's this minimum element index available? Take that index, that's 1. Okay, cool. Now we have to proceed C. C is not present. If you look into this, C is not present. So what I will do is, whatever is the next element with present after my previous element, that is 1 plus 1, that is true, I will replace with this B. Okay. then I and update this with 2 also. Then same logic will work here also, right? Now I have to process this 2 is used, it's not present anymore. Now we have to process this b, so I'll check b is present. Okay, is there any b available with us? Yes, that's available, that's 3, and 3 is greater than 2. Then we can use this b also, and we'll return true for this case. So we get rid of that also, right? I have explained very quickly. If you didn't get, just let me know. I have explained now very quickly. I have explained this concept very quickly. I thought you guys might lose. Okay. So this question, I have started lit coding, but I always end up in a brute force method and end up in a solution page. It's completely okay if you are a beginner. See, process take time, right? That's fine. Just try to sit with your mindset that you will not look up into a solid. See, just what I say is just mention 10 days, it's too early, bro. And if you're able to if you are able to come up with a brute force, then you are at a good, you are in a good, I can say, path. That's completely normal in 10 days. Because when I have started, sometime I'm unable to come up with a brute force also in 10 days. 10 days too early in this. And if you guys just like my stream, that can we can bring more viewers and will make interesting discussion. That's fine, bro. 10 days, okay. What I can suggest is, uh, what I can suggest is just sit with a timer for a particular question, come up with a brute force, implement that brute force, and think for optimization. If you're unable to come up with an optimization in a predefined time, then go to solution page. That's fine. Hi Drew, how are you? Weekend is pretty good. How is your weekend? And congratulations, by the way, for the PPO. Okay, okay. But I don't get correct code in that also. That's fine, huh? 10 days too early in lit code. Like, if make a practice, how much time is minimum for a medium? Amazing. Oh, roaming around. Kurt. Bangalore has a good weather also. For the easy problem, you can stick with a 15-minute time. For the medium problem, you can stick with 30-minute time. Yeah, man. Thanks, bro. It's growing. I get a quite good amount of viewers nowadays. So what can I suggest is, for the easy problem, just target easy and medium problem for now. Don't go with hard problem. For the easy problem, stick with the 15-minute timer. For the medium problem, stick with the 45-minute timer. Once you have a pretty much confident, then you can reduce this time for medium problem from 30 minute to 45 to 30. Okay, so where we are here, right? So what I have discussed is, we have to create a map. Okay, a map of, what I can say, vector or something else. We need something. Q is fine, right? Vector of Q. Because if I show you here, if I show you, yes, bro, I'm Gujarati. How did you get it? I want to know, because everyone guessed my state correctly on first go itself. In my B.Tech also, I mean, Punjab people have guessed correctly. In my office also, everyone guessed. That's fine. Hindi. Oh, I have to work on my Hindi also then. Oh, you are Gujarati. That's why you get to know that I use some Gujarati word in my Hindi tone. Great, man. From where you are from? Where are you from, Gujarat? So we need a queue, right? If you notice here, let's say for this character, I have few sets of index where this character is appearing. If I use this element, so I'm not anymore. Like, first come first out. It's like first come first out, right? LIFO. So if I use this element, in the future I don't need this element, right? So I'll remove this. The queue definitely serve that purpose for me. Ahmedabad, good bro. Queue of int, let's say MP. Okay, and I have to process this T character by character. What I will do here is, are you doing revision or first time? This is my first time. Like I'm attempting this. I haven't attempted this question previously. It's a latest problem, right? Today's contest. I wake up at 11 today, so I forgot to attempt it live. So what we can do here is, bro, I have pretty much experience in competitive programming. That's why I'm able to come up with such approach. That's fine. You are just starting your DSA journey. That's completely okay. If you are not able to come up with such algorithms, because it need time, right? Process need time. What we'll do here is mp of c dot push. I need the index also, right? So I need to run index based for loop. T dot size and I plus plus. Okay. So what I'll do is mp of t of I dot push of I. Okay. So this will build this the map. I'm talking about that map, right? A, how many position this character A is appearing. B, how many position this B is appearing. So this will build that map. Okay. So now the next task is we allowed one replacement. So I will create a flag OK is equal to true. If true, that means I'm allowed to do one replacement. And if OK is false, that means I have already applied one replacement and I am no more free to apply any more replacement in later part, right? So now we have to process our s. Let's say character by character we'll process our s. Okay, so what we'll do here is, yeah, so first of all I have to check, and I also have to maintain my previous. Currently there is no element, so I can make mark as -1, right? So first of all I have to check if mp of, please don't ask my age. You will get traumatized because I skipped 2 class and I'm currently 23 and I completed my master. It's okay. It's not that bad. You can prepare for GATE and you get a Tier 1 college that will change your life completely. See, everyone is capable, but the thing is time. Once your time will come, people will value you. The thing is your time should come. It is early or far, that doesn't matter. Time should come and people will value you. Then you can tell, right? I prepared for my gate, and then you have to get good marks in your gate. That your marks will justify your gap, right? Gap year. If you get a decent, like under 1,000 rank in your gate, then you'll kill 10, right? I'm very focused to my preparation. That's why I take that gap, and this is my achievement. Look, the interview will definitely appreciate your gap also. Never think there is no solution. There's always a solution. So what we'll do here is, yeah. So first of all, we have to check, does this element present here? If that element is not present, then we have to apply the replacement here, right? Mm. So what I check here is map of this character dot size. If it is greater than that, means it is present in the present in our like it present here in T, it's present, right? So I have to take out that element. Auto index is equal to mp of c dot front. Okay, now I have to check if, okay, so I need to, so for example, say like my, let's say my previous is 3 and currently I'm looking for A and A is present at 1, 2 and 4. So I have to remove this element until I get a greater element with my previous, right? So I have to run a while loop here. While mp of c dot front is less than pre, I have to do mp of c dot pop. I might lost somewhere, maybe we can using front, right? Front, push and pop and front. Yeah, these are the operation we can perform on queue. You took drop for gate? No, bro, I haven't took any. There's no drop. Like I completed my bachelor's at 2024 and I took admission in triple IT in 2024. I completed my bachelor in June 2024 and I had taken admission in triple IT Delhi in August 2024. There is no gap here. I have prepared, my story is like completely different. Like I haven't prepared for gate. I I might call it it's a luck for me or what, I don't know. And like during my, like when I preparing for master, I got only college triple IT Delhi that is conducting a programming contest for admission purpose. So I give that paper. No, bro, I have zero in gate. I haven't prepared for gate also. Only the coding skill that helped me to get into triple IT Delhi. Like they have a separate paper for they have entrance exam for PG CAT. There we have two. It's in a part one and part two. Part one is a purely MCQ based gate level syllabus, and part two is a purely competitive programming base. So I have solved all the question in the part two, and I have decent knowledge of gate course day syllabus. So get average marks in paper one. So overall, I get a good decency and get the admission at Triple IT Delhi front. And also we have to check here and it's not null, right? So now we have that element. So we have to check if empty of c dot size, if there is some element, then I can pick that element, right? I can update my previous is equal to empty of c dot branch, and then I can pop that element. Pop, okay. Otherwise, else. This is my LeetCode profile, bro. You guys can follow me. Yeah, that will look, you can follow me and then in your following you will see my LeetCode profile. Give me a favor, just follow my profile and then you can keep track of my profile. Just follow and in following tab you'll always get my profile, then you can easily look up. And yeah, if it is not present here, then what I'll to check if there's okay. Till now I haven't performed any replacement, then I'm okay to do one replacement for this character C. So what I'll do is previous is equal to previous plus one and okay is equal to false. Okay, and if okay is already replaced, then I have to do here one more thing. I already performed one replacement, then there is no replacement available for me, then I can simply tell it's impossible, right? And I'm lost. Where we are? So we are processing this as character by character. For each character, what I did is, first of all I have checked if that character is present or not. If that character is not present, then I have to perform the replacement. Then again I have to check this thing, right? If replacement is allowed, so I'll apply the replacement. If replacement is not allowed, then I simply return false. Did you guys followed me? Is anyone followed me or not? No. There's no one following. There's one guy following me. Okay, who is she? I don't know how, but someone is following. I'm happy. I'm happy. I don't know why. It's just a joke. Okay, so if we process all the character and we haven't written any false, and one more thing, yeah, if previous is greater than or equal to t dot size, then also we have to return false, otherwise we can return true. And you can see this is true, this is true. Do we need to do any sanity check, or I can do submit also, right? I feel pretty much confident that this is good. So let me just tell you what I did here is I have populated, I have populated, right? Thanks, man. Just let me tell you what I just did here. I might be wrong somewhere. Something I feel like we went out of index over where, but just do a one sanity check. So we build a map, right? There's no confusion here, right? What this part of code is doing. It is just telling you where the particular character is present in S. Okay, so this part is doing that thing. Then we are processing this S, and okay is just a reference. If it is true, that means we haven't performed any replacement and we are okay to perform a replacement. Okay, and previous is just -1, that means I haven't picked up any character yet. Okay, so for S I have checked, does that character present in my, let's say there is a map. Okay, so yeah, this is how the map look like. A and the position where A is present, B where the position where B is present. Okay, so I'm processing character by character. I have checked, see any arbitrary character like X character is present in this. If it is present, then I have to pick, I have to remove all the let's say my previous, I have to remove, let's say this is my previous, I have to remove all the index which is less than or equal to previous. So that is what I'm doing here. After this I have check. Now, is there any, let's say I am looking for B, is there any valid position for B is present or not? That means if size is greater, then I'm checking this size of this queue. If it is greater than 0, that means yeah, we have some position. So I can use that position and I can pop out that element, right? If there is no such B present, that means I have to perform replacement of this character. So I'm marking if replacement is available, I'm performing this replacement, and I'm marking there is no further replacement you can perform. So that's what we did here. And this is another thing. If B is not present, like the character I'm looking for, it's not present in my map, then definitely I have to perform the replacement, right? So that is what I did here. And let me submit and see. Hopefully it should submit. But no, that is what I'm telling you guys, right? Ah, fuck, fuck, fuck. Why we always kill 99.9%. In yesterday's stream also I have failed one test case, but it is 10 test case here. It's 989, we pass out of 999. It's a moment of celebration. I told you yesterday also, if we reach this close, it's a moment of celebration. We have to debug, by the way, why we are failing here. So that's fine. So we almost fail 10 test cases. That's completely okay. Let's debug what happened here. So let's just do visually. We have written false, but they said you can return true. So what my code does is we create this map. So let me just create a map of out of this. So k, right? K is present at 0. Then we have h is present at 1. Then we have this j, and this j is present at 2 here, right? Okay, so got it. So the main crux here is this j. So we have to process character by character in S, right? So we are processing this j. So we are marking our previous is equal to true, right? Then again we are processing this j. What we saw, because we are assuming the replacement will always only perform on the next, like next, let's say 3, but 3 is not in our, it's 3 is out of the range, right? We can't take, we don't have any character for this j. But if we perform any replacement earlier, then we have character, this j can map together, right? Yes, so this is the boundary, this is the edge case we called. So this is one of the edge case I have completely forgot. So how we can handle this? How we can handle this edge case now? So what we can do here is, say we have max, how, if what's the size of our map? We can do brute force here now. Smart brute force. How? So if you see this map maximum grow up to 26 character, right? This map can grow up to 26 queues. Okay. And if I talk about the replacement, what we can do here is, let's say for this j I use this j. Okay, now I have this j, but I have option for this j also to replace with k or h. That's completely okay. Yes, this is a good edge case. What we can do here is, I'm blank now, I have to think. Let's visualize. We have k, h, and j is our t. This is t, and s is just j and j, right? For this j I got my potential, this, but for this j, okay, for this j there is no more element, right? What I can do is, once I have, like, while processing this j we'll use this j only. Okay, so this link up will definitely use, but while processing this j what we can do is, yeah, can we shift, can we shift the previous, yeah, got it. So what we'll do is, can we shift our previous, because we have only one replacement, right? So, like, assuming this, before assuming this, we'll keep one check. Can we replace our previous character or not? Hmm. Yes, this is what we can do. But it seems too tricky, like how we can implement. Theoretically, it's completely okay to say we can replace. Then we have lots of, I can create test cases, like we can see more complication there. We want something to do here. Mm, now it seems, see, we tried our best in greedy, right? But you see the complication here. There's one more test cases I can generate for you. Let's say there's A, B, C, C. So, and you have only one A, one B, and let's say you have two A, one B, and this. So you have mapped these things, right? But while processing this, we have no more element present. So what we can do, we'll try to shift our previous one. But to shift previous, you have to shift one more previous. You have to shift one more, one more. So it's a complicated task, right? So now I thought we have to go with DP because we have to explore all the states. Yeah, I get the point. So this is the maximum we can go with the greedy, according to me. I think I will not look at the solution for now. What we can do is we can generate our DP solution, because I am seeing a lot more, this solution becoming a lot more complicated if we try to handle this kind of scenario. Do you guys agree with me? सोनिए मैनू सारी कदर. Yes, it seems to me it's required DP, because what I feel is, see, DP will, what will do is will perform a replacement or not, a replacement or not, a replace or not. Let me see what they have. No, this can be done using DP. Without DP also, I think they mentioned that this is fine. Check whether S is already a subsequence of T. That is also fine. For each index I in S, compute the earliest position in T after matching and the latest position in T after before matching. Okay. Try each index I for S, that character to replace the character before I and after I must still be matchable in order inside. Gee, yeah, that's true. Okay, so they are looking into different, they're trying to say look in such a way. You have few character in S, right? So what they're trying to say is, if you're processing this character, just see this is already a substring or not. This is already a substring or not. If this is a substring in T, this is a substring in tree T, and the index of difference between these two indexes is greater than or equal to uh, 3, then we can perform one replacement and we'll get our answer, right? So yeah, this is our greedy approach, but yeah, but to check something is a substring or not, that required a DP. Yeah, now you need a DP here to check S is a substring of T or not, and also here. So it's a DP question, I guess. What's the topic? They have mentioned somewhere in topic, right? No, they haven't mentioned yet, but yeah. To check S is a substring of T, we can solve using DP. There is a standard DP question that to check S is a substring of T or not. Do you guys let can we code it out the solution? This looks reasonable to me now. Yeah. Likewise, we haven't missed anything. But then the time complexity is the crucial part. I see, I see. What's the time complexity to check S is a substring of T using DP? It's order of n, right? No, bro, we won't go to solution page. I still feel we can solve using greedy, but wait a minute. Where we have fucked up? Ah, it's a five pointer question. I like it. It's a pretty good question then. It's a five pointer. What we can do now is wait. What we can do is we need some kind of good greedy now because DP, I think it's order of n. S is a subsequence. Yes. There's a problem. There's one problem in the time complexity is order of n. See, so it's not a feasible solution for us. Ah, finally, I have one more follower. Thanks, bro. What we can do here is now, it seems like the solution is good to me. We just need to handle this kind of cases. Does anyone have any idea? Solution page. Are you sure we should move to solution page, or we can give it a try a bit more and then we can move to solution page? What I am thinking is we just need some optimization here. What that optimization is? We have a string. Now we have a string, right? We want to check this part. If this return true, and that this the index of this is greater than this, I j is greater than I. If j is greater than or equal to I plus 1, we are good to go. So this is the basic requirement we have. Now we want something optimal to check to perform this task and this other similar task. That's fine, bro. But we want to solve by ourselves, right? We can't jump to solution page. Now I'm stuck, completely stuck. So these are the requirements, but I don't know how we can effectively solve this part, or how, yeah, this part. If we come up with an algorithm that tells us something we can pre-compute, can we pre-compute? Can we pre-compute something? Pre-compute means we'll process something, like we'll process the entire string and we'll reuse the result again in the future if we end up in a similar state. Uh, yes, but my mind is completely blank, so we'll not waste the time and we'll try to understand what they're trying to say. For each I in S, compute the earliest position in T before match, after matching this, and the latest position in T before matching this. But how we can perform this task? Do we have any helper in the chat? I think I have to look to solution then. Using dynamic program with two pointer. Wow. It's a dynamic programming question. So what can I do is I can think after the string and I can add this to a best DP question. So I think my camera is hiding this, right? So what I do is generally when I am unable to solve something, so I have created a list like this. So I have that remind me to up solve something, like if I'm unable to solve something in a live stream, so I maintain a list, and this is one of the DP questions. So I will end it like I have maintain a list. You can say in this DP. I can make it public also, but how can we change this? So these are my lists actually. What if I want to change edit? So these are the four questions which are like I have marked to solve this question. Can I make public so you guys can also look into this? These are the good playlist I can say. How can I share? You can fork this. You can also refer this and fork, and you can also have the access of my best DP list. These are the three questions which are really good, I feel, in a DP, like unable to solve. So generally I have one more list that is called upsolve. Where is that? Yeah, this list. This is the yesterday's problem that I'm unable to solve. So you can also keep track of this. Just fork this. I'll keep adding the core problems in this list. Let me just edit the name so you guys can. Let me edit this. I'm just adding my initials. So Shashwat, Shashwat. Which solution you're telling? Shashwat. Let me just go back. Shashwat Sugla. Okay. This is a DP solution only. This is also one of the DP solution. or not? No, this is greedy. Ah, I see. This is greedy. But I don't want to look the solution right now. I have to think like, yes, yes, I got it. This is one of the good solutions. See, it's a greedy, right? They've solved using greedy. So what they did here is they're maintaining the order. Some kind of two pointer, but I will upsolve this question. I will not look at the solution. Like, I don't want to jump to solution right now. That's fine. We have five people. If everyone agrees, we can play a scribble for 5 minutes. Do you guys know, right, how we can play scribble? Can you? Okay. Okay, thanks, bro. Okay, then we can move to the next problem. Let me just quickly update the status here. This game is like you have to, like, for example, there are n player. N player में से कोई भी one of them guy has a turn. They will get a word, and that guy will draw, and other has to guess the word what he or she is drawing. That's how it's work actually. But it will be fun if we have more audience to play. If we have 5 or 6 people, then we can play this game. Yes, it will be interesting if we have audience to play like more than 5 people. I personally feel it's feel good. Yeah, yeah, some other time. That's when we have good audience. So where we are, let me update this update. Skipping second lead code medium question. Trying third lead code medium question. So can we try this? This is also 5 pointer. So I'm hoping this also required a good logic building. We fucked up here, right? It's a 5 pointer, but it's fine. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. It's nothing wrong, right? To give it a try. The problem is minimum operation to transfer binary string. You are given a two binary string S1 and S2. What's that? What's that divisible game? Let me search. Divisible. Ah, I see, I see. Can you tell me the question number? Just let me know the question number. I can try to attempt that question live, and you'll get to know like how we can think if I'm able to solve that also question. Okay, where's that? This, yeah, we can try this. Let me try this then. Yes, bro, we can try this. The question name is divisible game. Okay, you are given an integer array num of length, and Alice and Bob are playing a game. Alice chooses an integer k such that k is greater than 1, two integer ln are such that this, okay, we have k, we have range. Initially both Alice and Bob score are 0, okay. For each index I in the range of L and R inclusive, if num of I is divisible by k, Alice score increased by this. Otherwise, Bob's score increased by this. The score difference Alice score minus Bob's score, okay. Alice want to maximize the score difference. If there are multiple value of k that achieve the maximum score difference, she choose the smallest k. Return the product of maximum score difference and the chosen value k. Okay. So this is a game theory question. Let me just quickly write down. So the problem is we are open to choose any k which is greater than or equal to 1. Greater than 1, sorry, not equal to. And what about L and R? Acha, Alice chooses an integer k and two integer L and R, okay. Initially everything is 0. For each I, okay, it's something like this, okay. Alice want to maximize the score difference. Is there a multiple value of k that can achieve? Choose the smallest k. I see, I see. So everything was chosen by her, Alice. So before starting a game, I guess before starting, initially both player as 0 and playing a game, and starting, because before starting a game, Alice will choose some k and some L and R. Okay. Now they will play a game. Like we'll go element by element. Let's say I is the iterator that go element by element in the entire range. If something is happened, so we'll do this thing. If that element is divisible by k, we'll increase the Alice score. If this element is decrease, if otherwise score increase of the Bob score will be increased. So point is Bob want to maximize, right? And how will compute Alice score minus Bob score? That is how we calculate, right, the score. So to maximize this thing, Alice want to maximize her score, right, and minimize Bob's score, right? Are you like you are the same pen, right? Same page, right? So before starting the game, Alice will she will choose K, L, and R. So these are the independent choice Alice can make. And what is the final score? That is Alice score minus Bob score. And Alice want to maximize this entire value. To maximize this entire value, Alice has to maximize her score and reduce as much as possible the Bob score. In the such a way, she will choose this K, L, and R. Right? So what we can make observation from this is to maximize this Alice score. Alice want to choose such a k like the maximum number of element in this range is a multiple of k. Did you get it? This is the first observation we can make. Yes, means many elements should be divisible by k. In such a way, she will choose a k and L and R. Right? Okay. What else we can say is, but this is not always true. I can give you a counter example here. Let's say 2, 2, 2, and 9, 9. Let's say this all are 4, and this is the range, right? Now k is 2. So if you see here, we have 4 element which is divisible by 2, but still Ali's score is 12 and Bob's score is 99 here. So the argument you are making, it's not always true, right? Did you get this point or not? This is very important to understand. The argument we are making, it's not always true here, right? So it's not always necessary. If maximum number of element in a range is divisible by k, that's a good range for allies to pick. It's uh, so what we can say now? We are at zero. We are at the zero position. I think I have, yes. This things is missing. I have hide my subscribe account and the status thing. How many questions we have solved? Oh, we are still at three, right? We still solved three. I fucked up this. That's fine. So what we can do here? Can we do anything? Can we do something? What we can do? We want a range. Okay. The point is we have see. That's why I told you we always have to look the constraint. We can run here n square solution also. That's why. See, I forgot to look at the constraint here. So now what we can do is, then brute force will work here, right? We'll check all the range and we compute this thing and we'll return that, right? Uh, did you get it? What I'm trying to say? See, it's always important to look at the constraint. See, we are thinking of constraint is too low. How do you identify that? See. I just saw the constraint here, right? So the maximum length, let me tell you why n square will work here. How many sub array we have? Like, for example, say we have n element. The total number of sub array can be go up to n into n plus 1 by 2. This many sub array we have. This is a property. If you just identify, like, we can prove this thing also. Let's say we have n element. Let's say we have this many element, right? So how many sub array will get from this element? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? Just just write down 8, right? Now the sub array starting with this point, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait a minute. 1, 2, okay, this is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Yeah. So total sub array, you if you calculate it, come out to be n into n plus 1 by 2, right? And here n is equal to 1000. So if you put into this equation, you will get something like 1000 into, I can consider 1000 by 2, right? So it's like 500. So it's something like 5 into 5 into 10 to the power 5, and this is less than 10 to the power 7, right? So I can say I can run, it's like even is equivalent to n square. Yeah, if it asynchronously, you can say this thing is equivalent to n square, right? And if we put here n 1000, then we can say this is equivalent to 1 10 to the power 6, right? And 10 to the power 6 is the acceptable solution. You can go maximum 10 to the power 7 in a 1 second. 10 to the power 6, right? So 10 to the power 6 is fine. Let me just quickly implement. N is equal to nums dot size. Okay, yeah, cool. But now the point is now we have fixed the sub array. Now we have to fix the k. How we can choose that k? That is the main point here. We can run n square, but still we need some kind of optimization. Like we need some kind of heuristic that will tell you to choose that optimal k. So one observation is, let's say you have a range. Let's say you have a range, right? Let's say you have this many elements. Now you want to choose such a k that appears in maximum number of element, but that is also not true. Or it is true. What I'm thinking is I will prime factorize this all number and calculate the maximum frequency. A unique prime factorization. Let's say this has 2, 3, or 5. Let's say this has 3 or 7. Let's say this is 5 only. Let's say this is 2 and 5. Right? So I can see I calculate the frequency. That is 2 is appearing in 2 num. So 2 is appearing in 2. 3 is appearing, this is 5 actually. 3 is appearing in this, okay. And 5 is also appearing. 5 is also appearing in 3, right? So I can take pick k is equal to 5, right? There's no constraint on k, but we can put some constraint because what we can do then? K is equal to 5. Then we have 3 elements, right? Or what we can do is, yeah, there's one more to look into this. We can iterate through all such k. N, but n can grow up to 10 to the power 5, right? 10 to the power 6 if you look here. What I can do is I'll do prime factorization and take all this number. I will try k is equal to 2 also. I will try picking k is equal to 3 also. I will try picking k is equal to 5 also, and I will try picking k is equal to 7 also. Amongst all such, I'll calculate the ally score and Bob score. If there is a tie, let's say for 5 and 2, there is a tie, then according to the question, we have to pick k is equal to 2, right? But does this hurt our time complexity? I think it will hurt, right? For each element in our this, we'll calculate its prime factorization. Like there is a way to calculate prime factor in log n time. Smallest prime factor that we called smallest prime factor. I have a template, smallest prime factor. Let me open my snippet. There is something called smallest prime factor also. What is that? Okay, it's not present here. That's fine. So using smallest prime factor, we'll find the prime factor of all the elements in log n time. Okay, that also fine. What else optimization we can do? Now, let's say we have log n. Let me just write few things. We have log n prime factors. Okay. Then for each, then for each means that means for log n time we have to again check, I mean the score for all log n. There are log n element. I'm trying to say is, if you for particular range, let's say this is the range, if I find the prime factor of all the number and I will make a list, the length of this list, this is the prime factor, like it will contain only prime number, which are the prime factor of this all number. So this list can grow up to log n time. Okay, maximum it can grow up to log n time, right? So for log n time, we have to run a for loop on that list, the potential case that are my potential case. Okay, so for all the potential k, I have to run a for loop and I have to calculate the score. I think that will work. Yes, that will work. Yes, that will work because extra time complexity we are introducing is log n. Let me just add this here. So what I'm trying to say, for each range, get the list of prime factor of from I to j, right? Then for each potential k, get the max score. So, and among all such score, we have to maintain this. Yeah, let me just quickly code this out. Okay, and mod is this. Let me just say const int mod is equal to 1e9 plus 7. Okay, so Here I have to maintain the unique, right? Unique. That means unordered set of int prime factors. Let's not try to pick primes. That means a prime factor. Okay. And I will create a function get prime factor of nums of j. And this will run in log n time. We can store these things also, but I just want to try. We'll optimize later if we get any TLE. This get prime factor will run in log n time. Okay. So it will give you a list of unique prime factors. Are you guys with me right till now? Just like my stream if you feel it is something interesting, if you liking. So okay. So let me just let a concept called smallest prime factor. So how will this is a pre-processing step actually. Thanks man. Smallest prime factor. We have to pre-process all the prime factors like this. How we can do is we'll start with 2. So smallest prime factor is 2. Let me just use some template. I forgot the smallest prime factor. Yes, this is what. Yeah. So I want something like this. So what this function actually do is, for example, say if I pass, so it will tell you, for example, say if I want to know what's the smallest prime factor of 4, it will give you 2, right? Then smallest prime factor of 2, that is 1. So for example, if I have n, I want to find its all prime factor, unique prime factor. So what I will do here is, let's say I want to find I'm just telling you what this function is doing under the hood, so it won't fill your black box. Okay. So what this function does is, let's say I want to find the prime factors of 50, 50, and let me just print, and that will be more clear. So let not just for time being, let me just comment out everything here, return 0, and let me call this here. Yeah. Now I want while, let's say my number is 50. Okay. While n is greater than 1, see out smallest prime factor of n, and n is equal to smallest prime factor of n. So what it will print, I will show you. It will print all the prime factor of 50. This is one of the good optimization. You can use sieve like this also. We use sieve for prime number, right? Effect for order of one lookup. It's a similar concept. There what we are doing is we are just marking false. If you remember how save does under the hood. So what we'll do is, initially everything is, we assume every number is a prime number, and we know multiple of prime number. For example, say 2 is a prime number, right? So multiple of all the number which is multiple of 2 is not a prime number. So what we'll do is we'll go for all the multiple and mark as false. So here what we'll do, instead of marking false, we are telling ki this number is a multiple of this I, the smallest number, right? So this is just a change. This is the small change, and this will help you to print all. Let me just run. Wait a minute. Wait, we can't define like this. Okay. One, two, three, four, five. We want 6 actually, 10 to the power 6. Then it will be TLE. I see, I see. It's fine if you're unable to solve this problem, but I will let you know like how. We'll see if we get TLE, that is also okay for me. I just want to solve like the to think we are thinking is correct or not. What the hell? Why it is not working here? Okay, it is working now. Just let me comment out this part. Actually, we can't declare a we have to declare a static variable outside a function in C++ if you're declaring inside a class. Somewhere we have, wait, why 50, right? Smallest prime factor of 50. It's 2. Fuck. Yes, 2 is right. If you prime factorize the 50, yeah, so if you factorize this, it is a 5 2 into 5 into 5, right? The smallest prime factor of 50, that is 2. That is what it is printing here. 2 2 2 2 2. We have to think something else then. Okay, we have pretty good questions today then. It's a 5 pointer, right? I told you. 5 point is somewhat I'm practicing. Hi Tejas, how are you? We had a pretty good question today. In I'm just, yep, Tejas can help you. Maybe. Uh, we need something to be processed for each sub array. We can definitely have to run n square algorithm here. Okay. Now we need some logic that will tell us to pick a potential k. That is what where we are right now. Okay, so let me just quickly tell you. Constraint is pretty low here. Constraint is 1000. Okay. The question is you have an array and there's a two player called Alice and another player is Bob. So before starting a game, they will play a game. Before starting a game, Alice will choose some k, some range L and R, and for for this range it will check how many element. Let's say Alice has choose this range. So now from this range, how many element is multiple of k? This many element will add that element in the score of Alice. Rest of the element goes into score of Bob, and will calculate the difference of their score. and we want the difference into the k is as max as possible. For the simplicity, let me just give you the link. Just just let me know, did you understood the question or not? Meanwhile, I can think of alternative solution. Just go through the problem statement, guys. If you are unable to understand, just let me know. Meanwhile, I can think of an alternative solution. What we can do is, we have a range. Okay, now forget everything. We have a range. We have one range. Just forget we have n square range. Okay, we have one range. Now I want to know, I am allies, and I want to know my score should be maximized. That's why, and I am completely independent. Like there's no restriction on me to choose pick a K. Okay, then which K I will pick? That will give you more benefit, right? And hurts the ally Bob score. Okay. Mm, and if there is a multiple such case, I have to pick the smallest one. That means the question itself telling us to explore all the K and pick the smallest. That's how we can get the smallest, right? Otherwise, we can't define the smallest if we don't have a group. If something in a group, then only we can say it is smallest or it is largest, right? Okay, so we have to process the case, potential k. Now we have to think how we can get potential k, such potential case for this range. Mm, ah, oh. Does anyone have any idea till now? Like, do you guys understand the question, right? I think we need to pre-compute how many numbers are divisible by k from index 0 to current. Wait, let me think. Let me just process what you just said is we need, I think we need to pre-compute how many numbers are divisible by k from index 0 to current. I didn't get your point. They just, how, like, you have, k is not fixed, right? K is also dynamic. We can pick any k, right? What I'm thinking, we need some kind of potential k, and potential k for a particular, see, have you look at, sorry, k can, yeah, just look at the constraint is 1000, right? So you can go n square, solution also. So so from the constraint I can think is we have to explore all the potential ranges, right? It's that cost me n square. Now I want some kind of pre-processing that will give me, sorry, that's fine. Yes. Mm, Meanwhile, I have to do some. Wait, this doesn't looks good to me. Uh, just an interruption. We have two easy questions. We have solved both. Solved two. Then we have four. Right, we have solved one medium out of four, and we have two hard, and we have solved zero hard today. Yeah, this is making sense to me now. I want something here also. Then it will look good. Like today, medium questions are 5 pointer, and I it's too good question. Like we have to solve this anyhow. Utkarsh Sud, okay. Please, Bhaiya, tell about your gate journey. Also, how you met CP plus gate during your tech. So, Utkarsh, if I tell you genuinely, I haven't prepared for gate like the way people prepared. So, the point is like gate is not that tough, also. Like I do generally CP in my BTech. Like I haven't prepared for gate. That's the thing actually. But if you want to prepare for gate, you have to be serious for the preparation, and you'll definitely get a good score if you serious for your gate journey. But my interest is something else, so I haven't prepared for gate. I think we need to check for k is equal to 2 only. If there are more even number than odd, then add all the even number to ls. It's a huge respect for Tejas now. It's a huge respect. But I can only see one concern here. The point you have put in here, it's definitely worth it. But my concern is I can give you a counter example and you'll definitely agree with me. Let's say k is always greater than 1, right? This is 1. Just keep in mind k is always greater than 1. Let's say I can give you a counter example. Let's say there are 2, 2, 2. I already have given this example earlier also. So here even number is more, right? So the score of Alice is 6, but the score of Bob is 99 in this case, right? Something like that. I'm thinking that this will fail somewhere like such scenario. We have to check for k is equal to only if there are more even number than odd, then add all the even number to Alice score, or else add all. We can't add all the odd number because it's not always guaranteed. Like how we can argue, like for example, say we have x number of even number, and let's say total there are n numbers in our range. Here we have n minus x number. This is odd, but we can't say this all this n minus x number will divisible by some fixed k, right? So we can't add all this number to Alice. If the sum of this x number is less than sum of odd even number. For the even number, we can say k is equal to 2 works here. But for the odd number, we can't say like a particular k divides all the number, right? This is a good direction actually. You're now I can think something. Let me think. We can do something like this also. That's true. Now we have split it out the entire range into even and odd. Okay. If sum of the even number is greater than sum of odd number, then we are good to go. Otherwise, otherwise we can brute force on k or what? We can check all the prime factors, prime numbers, that 3, 5, 7 like this. 3, 5, 7 and maximum prime. Mm, for Utkarsh, you can check Omi Triple IT Bombay. One of my friend who had a pretty good documented his journey in YouTube channel. Omi IIT Bombay. You can search Omi IIT Bombay. You'll get gate guidance from there. Or what we can do is, now we have split it out odd and even. Now the point is how we can pick a potential k that will increase the ally score. If sum of even number is less than sum of odd number, what we'll do in such case? Hmm, anyone? Any clue till now? It's fine if it is not correct, then also you can discuss. That's fine. Hmm. Mhm. Let me just do some typing meanwhile. I'm also thinking in back of my mind. where we are now. So for a particular range, I have divided number into odd group, even group. Let me take some hint. Yeah, here we can run Kadans algorithm for a fixed k. Ah, that's true actually. Oh my god. Alice just want maximum difference means Bob can score more than Alice. As we can only no. We want Alice score minus Bob score. Not difference, I guess. Wait. The score difference is Alice score minus Bob score. So it is static. It's not always a maximum difference. We want a maximum score difference in Alice score minus. We have to maintain the order. Alice minus Bob. It's not absolute difference. This is actually a good hint. Say, yeah, I got some direction now. So what I'm thinking initially, that's not true, yeah, bro. We should not go through like they are suggesting no, don't go through all sub array. You can iterate through all potential k, and for all potential k, calculate this using Khadans. You will get the range that has the maximum sub array sum after transformation. That means eventually this tell you eventually this the maximum score of Alice minus Bob. Okay, I got this part. We have to still figure out like how many k we have to iterate. It's enough to check value of k divides at least one element. Also handle k is equal to 2 for case where no element is divisible by any chosen k. It is enough to check value of k that's divide at least one. Ah, okay, I got it. So we have a bag of prime numbers. We'll create a bag of list of prime numbers. Yes, we just need to check all the prime numbers which is less than equal to maximum number of our entire array. That is our all the potential k. For all the potential k, we run a Kadans algorithm to find out a maximum sub array sum. That is actually because this is how we transform our array using this condition. This is quite messy. So for particular fixed array, if number is divisible, we keep it positive. If number is not divisible, we keep it negative. And we'll run a Kadans algorithm. And for a particular k, we'll find out a range. Yes. And yeah, this will actually help. And what else we can do? In enumerate all the divisor greater than this is what I just pick now. That is my potential candidate. And we compute the candidate, maximize the score difference first, then choose the smallest k in a tie. Yeah, so that is all about the solution. Let me just code it out quickly. I hope everyone is on the same page, right? Everyone is on the same page, right? So first of all, let me just find out the maximum. Yeah, I let me just find out quickly max element. Okay, and we need all the prime numbers from. Let me quickly create a vector of primes. Okay, and if is prime, or we should use sieve here. We can use sieve here, right? But it's fine. Constraint is too low, then we can run this also. If for inti is equal to 3, I into I is less than equal to n, if n mod I is m mod I, return true, return false, otherwise return true. Okay, so we have all the potential case. Okay, so now we have now for fixed k. Yeah, so now we have fixed k, right? Now for each k, let me quickly create a vector of int temp is equal to nums for auto x over temp. If x mod k is not equal to 0, then make it -1. Okay, I have transformed the array. Now I can run a cadence algorithm to get the maximum sub-array sum. So int max sum is equal to get. Always break down the code into smaller parts so it will not get messy and it will clear, like you can think, not get a burden. Max sub array sum, and it'll pass this temp. Okay, oh wait a minute, we always have to choose something. So it will return int vector of int ampersand temp. Yeah, int current is equal to 0, int answer is equal to -1e9, or yeah, 1e9. Okay, then for auto ampersand x or temp, current plus is equal to x, answer is equal to max answer comma current, and if current is less than 0, current is equal to 0, and return answer. So for this particular fixed k, we got our maximum difference, right? And let me quickly map of int comma set. Okay, so this is like what why I did is because we want a minimum k for all the. So what we are storing here is key is our max sum, and value is all the potential case, right? And we pick the smallest one, MP. So here we'll pick MP of max sum dot insert k. Okay, so from this map, let me also maintain the max sum, the overall max sum, and I will update this variable comma max sum, and yes, and here we'll get the k, let me call a final k, that is MP of overall max sum dot pgain star, and we'll return final k into overall max sum and to long mod this. Okay, and let me define mod also, 1e9 plus 7, right? Okay, so where we messed up, somewhere we messed up. Let's debug then. So let me first print all the prime number. Are we computing all the prime number or not correctly? Okay, 3, 5, and 7, right? So this is correct. 3, 5, and 7. So for 3, so let's print for each k what is the maximum sum we are getting here. K and max sum. For 3 we are getting 6, and for 5 we are getting -1. Okay, and for 7 also we are getting -1. No bro, it's not like that. Is it? You're only able to see 480 pixel or what? Live stream max quality is just 480 pixel. How is this possible? So stream, maybe a network issue. Just try to change your quality from the advanced setting. Maybe for 3, 6 is the answer. How? Check again. Yes, just refresh once. But how is this possible? 18 and 6 is 18. That's true, but why? What they are getting here? Elias can choose 2 and L, and this is then 18 while Bob's score is 0. Okay. This. Ah, I see. I haven't pushed the 2. Okay. Prime dot push back 2. Good. 2 into minus 1. Yeah, that is what they also got, right? The smallest possible choice is k is equal to 2 since n is not divisible. Ali's score is 0 and Bob's score is 1. The score is minus 1, which is maximum possible score. And therefore, the answer is minus 1 into 2 is the minus 2 modulo this is equal to this. The same we did, right? Uh, Hi, Khushi. The same thing we did, right? I'm good. How are you? Just you can ask anything that came in your mind. What the fuck just happened here? Wait, I want to print out debug. Now see out. I think more result we can print. Yeah, that is what we can print here because wait, let me just print the final K and this final K and this also I want to print. 1e9 plus 7, right? That is what they have. Wait, what I have written here? 1e9 plus 7. Yeah. See here. Final K is 0 and this is 0. So that's the mistake I just made here. I have to initialize the final K with the minimum value that is minus 1e9. And where's the final K? Final K is 2. Overall is 2 and this is minus 2, right? What the fuck? Why it's not returning? Int answer is equal to this return answer. This is odd, right? Why it is returning 2? What we can do here is we can I got it. Now it will fuck. See, yeah. This is how we actually return if something is negative. You take modulo plus. So I think this should work. This should work, right? Let's give it a quick submit then. Let me give it a quick submit. This will give a TLA, I guess. And we got accepted, by the way. We got accepted. I thought we got TLE, but it is not. Yes, I can explain the code. Wait a minute. What I just did here is wait. Let me just tell you what I just did here is see. Uh, you know Cadence algorithm, right? Yeah, true, true. Wait. That's true. Let me just try that. Using prime number. Let me just use the sieve. Let me just optimize a bit. Okay. I just want to see like how much time it will jump. It won't take much. I won't take more time. Vector of bull is prime. 1 is 6 plus okay. 1 is 6 plus 5 and comma everything is true. Okay, then we call save. Not this. Why it is not moving? Why I'm not able to move? Yeah, I just need to write a save, that is void save. It will take two input, full is prime and n. Okay, so what we'll do is prime of 0 is equal to false, is prime of 1 is equal to false, while I just want to mark all the even numbers to false. For int I is equal to 4, I is less than equal to n, I plus is equal to 2, is prime of I is equal to false. Now for int I is equal to 3, I is less than equal to n, I plus equal to 2, and if is prime of I is true, then j is equal to I into I, j is less than equal to n, j plus is equal to I, is prime of j is equal to false. Okay, then here is prime of I, that's all. We have to pass is prime and n, and that's it, I guess. I don't need this function for now. Wait, what the hell? Just okay. Sonia Manasari color. See, this is fine, right? Let me just submit. Something 6000 millisecond we got last time. Wait, what the fuck? It increased the time. How is this possible? Anyway, I don't trust the LeetCode runtime states. It's, you submit 3 4 times, it will decrease, start decreasing. So I just let it, I mean, let me just quickly explain you what I just did in this code is. Hey, just a minute, I just got a call. Am I audible? Am I audible to you guys? Am I audible? I'm audible or not? I just want to let me know. Okay, okay, okay. So for the s- to making everyone on the same page, what I just did is here. So initially what we did, so I will tell you, let me, so what we do here is I just transform, we just think for a particular k. Let's say someone tell you, Alias has picked this, Alias has picked this k, let's say a fixed k. Now you are have a entire array. You have to pick a segment of this array, which for the segment we have transformed this entire array in such a way that a segment with a maximum positive score is our maximum ally score minus Bob score. So that, so what we did here is for a particular fixed k, if some let's say this element is divisible by k, we keep it as a positive. If this element is not divisible by k, so we just multiply with -1 and we make this element as a negative element. I just lost the live stream. Am I audible to you guys, right? Thanks, Tejas. Okay. So what we did is, firstly we, I just want to let you know, are you able to understand like how we transforming this array in such a way for a fixed k, if something is divisible, we keep it as a positive, and something is not divisible, we keep it as negative. And now using Khadan's algorithm, we'll find out a sub array which has the maximum sum, right? So for a fixed k, we run a Khadan's algorithm and get the maximum sub array sum. So if I show you in my code, so for a fixed k, we run a Khadan's algorithm here and get the maximum subarray. And for all such maximum subarray, I have created a map because they have mentioned here, if there is a tie between maximums, let's say there are four or five. Let's say if there is four different k has the same maximum subarray, so you have to pick the smallest one. So for that, I have maintained a map and I have picked the smallest value because set store the value in a form of sorted order, right? So I get the final k, which is the smallest k for the maximum sum, and we have written out k into maximum sum. So quickly let me just update. Now I'm feeling good. We have solved two medium questions, and one more thing, we can debug, like we just stuck here, right? So here, I guess here only, where is that question? This question. So we have solved this question, but we we failed 10 test cases. So if you guys want to debug, we can debug this question and then we can end the stream. I want your suggestion now. Do we need to solve this question? I have solved greedily and it passed 989 out of 999. Just let me know. Want to debug and make it accept, or we can continue tomorrow? Hopefully tomorrow I will not get time, and next weekend most probably. Okay, so let me just quickly show you the question. This is the problem statement. Seem like I make the problem statement bit complicated. It's not that complicated. So we want to tell, can we transfer this? We have given, the question is, we have s and t to string. We have to tell, can s be a subsequence of t? And you're allowed to perform one replacement in s. Maximum one replacement you can allow to perform on s. At most one replacement. Like you can replace any character with any other character. That is counted as one replacement, and you have to tell it is possible to transfer s into t, like not s into t. S is a subsequence. Can we make s as a subsequence of t or not? That is the question. Somehow I've written the code, it's too complex to even explain. Yeah, we can do it. Let's go. I'm okay. Thanks, Yuvik, for being so long. Till you are from the starting, right? Thanks to bear me. Okay, so let's debug this then. If everyone is like understood the problem correctly. So I can quickly tell you what I did here visually. So what I'm trying to do is I have created a map. No, I won't tell you my solution. It might possible you guys can come up with a better solution and easier than mine. If I tell you my solution, then your brain is also start thinking in the same way I have coded. So just try to solve and come up with a solution. Then I can discuss my solution and we'll debug. That is good, right? Or you want to know what I have did here? Yes, you guys can think that Tejas is a smart guy. It's feel like I can mention your name, bro. You help a lot today's debugging also. I encourage everyone, like other guys also. Yeah, it feel like pick and not pick to me also. Okay, let me think pick and not pick. I tried greedily, but it failed somehow. Let me just remove the solution and I can also think meanwhile pick and not pick. So we can, I encourage everyone to like please to participate. It's very helpful. Like it will help you like how you can speak. If you participate here, it will increase your courage to speak in a interview, like how to speak with a stranger. I know you guys will familiar with me like you will regularly join. So it will remove the fear of speaking, like to discussing your idea. See, the main difficulty what I feel in my initial days is I know the concept, but I'm unable to explain my concept to a guy sitting in front of me, let's say interviewer, right? So it's always better to participate in an open discussion. Anyway, it's not about my stream. Anyway, you will fail. So the problem can boil down to match the pick, else skip or replace. If match if match then pick, else skip, else replace. Yes, this is the, yeah, I can use this. This is the solution, I guess. Yeah, we are in right direction. They just, if match then pick, else keep or replace. Definitely this is what we have to build. So or dp, we can build a dp over this. uh Let me just code it down, or we can just firstly go through the entire solution. So how our DP will look like? It has a three state, right? Uh, Vector. How many state DP will have? At each position we have three choice: skip or replace. Two choice, right? If I'm not wrong, we have two choice. Yeah, that's good. That is what I usually follow. I always write a recursion solution and that memorize. That's easiest way. So solve, return. I'm agree with you. First write recursion. Don't just that's. I thought I'm pretty much good at DP, but now I'm thinking I'm not good at DP. I solved lots of DP problem. That's why my mind always tries to divert from recursion. So we'll start with zero index. Initially, we have one replacement. One means we have one replacement, and we'll pass S and T. Okay, and bool solve. Let's say we have index, then we have can replace. Okay, and we have string S, and we have string T. Okay, and let me pass none. Let's say what's the size of string? Okay, so we have two size, s dot size, and we have t dot size. For the optimization, we can here also we can wait. If n1 is greater than n2, we'll surely say it's not possible. We'll return false. Int n2. Okay. So yeah. So if index, we need two index now. Index one that keep track of this and that. So both are zero initially. Everyone is in same stage, right? Like, did you guys got it right? What I'm trying to do here. APIs looks okay. This API look okay to you or not? We need two index that keep track of current position. Can replace tell us okay, do we have anything good, good. And if index one is equal to, like if we reach at the end of string two, that is s dot, like that is n1, that means we have processed our entire string s1. That means we have found out that s can be a, what can I say, s can be a subsequence of t, or if index 2 is greater than or equal to n2, that means we can return false. Okay, what else? Yeah, now we have choice. If s of index 1 is equal to t of index 2, then we are good to go, right? Then we call solve index 1 plus 1, index 2 plus 1, can replace can be same as t n1 and 2. Okay, else we have two choice: skip or replace. right? So if we skip, then solve index 1 remain index 1 because we haven't found any correspondence. Then we'll increase index 2 plus 1. Can replace, we can replace because we haven't used any operation yet. Yeah, true. That's true. Let's say bool answer 1 and S, T and N1 and 2. Okay, we are good to go here also. Yeah. And if we replace here, actually I want to do like this. This is also fine, right? And we return answer here. So if we do replace here, then it become, we can move index plus 1. This is tricky now. What we'll do with T? So we replace here, right, with this character. Yeah, and can replace become 0 now. And here also we have to check if can replace is available or not. Comma S, comma T, comma N1, comma N2. Okay. So we are good to go, right? Do we have any logical error here? No, right? Answer skip part. If doesn't match, we can skip. Better to if match found, else it will check unnecessary again. Yeah, that's true. I got your, that's true. Point is if it is true, then only we can return, right? See, we have to go recursively, right? Here. We can do like this also if we want to avoid such. Return true. Let me just remove this thing. Return true. Return true, or otherwise return false. This looks good now, right? This is what you are talking about, right, Tejas? This looks, wait. Why direct return will work here? If something match, yeah, I got your point. Direct return work here because it's match, right? We don't have option to go ahead. Got it, got it. So we have, because this is the original problem, then we can think like this is a new starting. Yeah, got it, got it. And here also it's fine. and we have a good recursive solution. Now we just need to memorize it. So for each index, I just need to keep track of it is match or not, right? We perform replacement or not. So how many dimension I need in DP is uh, for each index I and J. Okay, I can't keep two things. 3D DP, but it won't help here, right? For each I and J, we need to store all the states, right? Index 1, index 2, and can replace. I just want to know which. It won't, right? See, index 1 can go up to 10 if I. Index 2 can grow up to 10 if I. It won't even compile. It becomes 10, 1 e 10. So if I write down like this, it won't even compile. Vector of vector of vector dp of n1 comma vector of vector of inch n2 comma vector of inch 2 comma minus 1. Wait, how it compiled? Why it compiled here? Because n is smaller here. Let me just, it will give memory limit, right? Because here n is small, that's why it compiled. So this is not feasible actually. Then what we can do here is, yeah, true, it will give memory limit exception. Mm, both are dynamic, right? Yes. Let me give a quick submit then. How many? Yeah, it passed most of the test cases. Uh, mm, how we can memorize it? I know one of the potential solution here. Like I can create a map, but I don't know like how it will grow. It's just a trick. Did you store result in DP? No, no, I haven't stored yet. 3DDP, one from I, one for J, and one for two space array. Yes, Manu, you are right, but 3D, if I created 3DDP, it give me a memory limit exit, right? Because I can grow up to 10, I can grow up to 10 to the power 5. This can grow up to 10 to the power 5j, and this can go to 2. And Tejas, answering to your question, I haven't stored yet, right? See, this is just a recursion solution. Yes, 2DDP also won't work. What we can do is we can manipulate the DP. Let me just use this thing. See, this is create all the spaces before even computing, right? So we just keep track of the state which is we have visited till now. Currently there is zero state, right? So this is just a small trick. I just want to try if it is work or not. So using this, see how this represent, like what I'm trying here is, let me just give you a quick reference. So if we want some unique stage, so we get dp of, so dp of I comma j comma can peak or not, right? So this is how we can get a unique state here. So in this case also it we get unique state. How? I will create a map and I create a string, let's say temp is just I j I, there's one separator, then j, then there's separator and can replace. So it is, this is a unique key, right? We can store state like this also here. The only difference between this approach and this approach is here we are creating all the state beforehand, and here we are creating states like while we are processing. So but eventually if we have a good test case, this will also not work. Only in a weak test case this will work, because I think in a smaller problem of the string matching DP, one problem was this wildcard match. Yeah, wildcard matching, I understood. This is yeah, the similar way we solve in wildcard. But I'm thinking that's not a good way to, like, I just don't want to just get AC here. I want a proper solution. See, if we have a weak test cases, eventually it will pass because we are not creating all the state beforehand once. And tester might, like, the problem setter might come up with what can I say, problem statement might come up with test case that can eventually generate this many state, and so while processing also it can grow like this, and you got TLE, a memory limit exit. I didn't get your point. That's fine. I think we need to think of tabulation. Tabulation can also even grow, like say if we create something tabulation, I think we need to think of tabulation. It's all about state, how we can maintain a state. I think we don't even need this. I don't think we need state for this part. We just need to minimize our potential, like among all the possible states we have to somehow discard some state so we can reduce and we don't even lose the information. Yeah, true, got it, Manu. Yes, we need to use space optimization DP. Yes, then potentially we can solve this. Only need 1 e5 plus 1 e5. Wait, what? I need to think. I didn't get why we need only 1 e5. Wait. Yeah, I solved lots of question. Space optimized DP also. If I can relate with any of that problem. Mm, yes, that what we can do. Yes, that is what I'm thinking. Can we decrease some parameter? Instead of creating 2D in a space optimization, we can create two separate DPs. So then that multiplication will not be there. No, Manu, I didn't. I don't think so. It will work here. See, if we go with the DP, we need all the state, right? And in our case, it also depend. It's not like it just depend on the previous state. It depends on all the previous states. Think is that, or we can't even reduce the parameter. I think we have to go with a different approach then. Can we even reduce the parameter? No, right? We definitely not reduce this two, and this two is the only cause we are hitting a memory limit exit. BDP, okay. Bit bit mask DP only work when the length can be less than equal to 20, right? Can we go take hint? Okay. Store index 1, index 2 and change. But I can give you a counter example. Like if we take OR of index 1, index 2 and can change, there are two different state can end up in a single value. So that's how we can lose the information. Hint says check whether S is already a subsequent. Okay, that is not useful hint. For each index I in S, compute the early position in D. Okay, wait, what? Let me show you the hint. So hint says store it in a map index 1. That what I explained here, right, Tejas? If I even that is what I'm doing here. Index at the rate J, but still eventually it can end up into this many state, right? What I think 2D DP next and current, the problem solved. Yes, this seems a reasonable argument. Yes, Manu, this seems a reasonable argument to me also. Yes, this seems a reasonable argument. Next and current. Ah, got it. Thank you so much, Manu. Yes, I got it. What it is trying to do here. Okay, if I get it correctly, so what I'm thinking is Manu trying to say we created DP of length n1 plus n2. Okay, but the point is the state is not just depending on the previous state, right? Or it is? Yes, it is depending on, right? Yes, it is just depending on the previous state or not. Yes, and we need to think on this. This is the good direction like we can go with. I think create 2 DP next M and can be replaced in current the column solve. Yes, I like my guts is saying it will help. This will help. But now I'm thinking how I can let me just code it out. That will help. Just a minute. Yes, we need to convert into tabulation this thing. That's true. Uh, right. If we want something to be a tabulation, then what we can do here is that's the big task here, right? How I can convert the solution into tabulation. That the task, right? Like, wait, I'm stuck here. Like, how I can convert this that solution into this is what we have solved here, right? If I want to convert this into tabulation, I have to run two for loops. But I'm thinking of my DP should look like this. 2 comma 0. Next. And there's one more DP current. First do with 3D DP and then we work and then convert. Okay. You guys have good suggestion by the way. For int I is equal to 0, I is less than n1, I plus plus. Then we have int j is equal to 0, j is less than n2, j plus plus, and we have change. Can replace is equal to 0 and can replace is less than 0, 1, 2, can replace plus plus. Okay, and here if s of I int of dp of n1 and 2, okay, that's my dp. Seem like I'm very bad at tabulation. Wait. Yes, we are in right direction, but I'm not able to correspond how it is related to previous state. If s of I is equal to t of I, and there's another case, and here we can skip, or here we can replace. Okay. Hmm. If s of I is equal to t of I, that means dp of hmm, and first of all I have to mark all the initial states, right? Dp of I of when I is equal to 0. Wait, there are some base cases, right, where it is 1. For int I is equal to 0, 0 length s is always subsequence of 0 length t, right? So dp of 0 of 0 of 0 is true, and dp of +1 +1, dp of 0 of 1. This is my recursion. Wait, let not just divert. This is my recursion. We have 3 state here, and for each state we're computing such things. So I have copied these things, right? The whatever we are doing here, I just copy pasted here. And we need 3 loop. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Now we have these states, right? So what we did here is, if something is this, then we moved on. So what we'll do here? Yeah. If s of I is equal to t of I, we simply move on. That means dp of I comma j comma can replace is equal to dp of I minus 1 comma j minus 1 of can replace, right? Hmm. If we want to skip, Then dp of I comma j comma can replace is equal to, we are skipping, so whichever is true, dp of I comma dp of j minus 1 comma replace. Okay, no, this doesn't look good to me. How we can tabulate skip part here? 0 means skip, right? If can replace equal to 0, then it's skip. Else it's replace, right? Yeah, can replace and we can skip. Skip means we want, okay, we have to think here. Then only we replace. Skip can be done anytime. Can replace equal to 0 means I have already performed replacement in my previous step. So I can skip. And Tejas, did you get my point? Can replace equal to 0, that means I have already performed skip. No, I have already performed replacement. Ah, got it, got it. You are true. I got your point. Manu, you can't paste the code. Actually, there is a character limit. What you can do is, you guys are on my Slack. You guys can join the Discord server. That's what I have mentioned a few Discord. You can join the Discord server and paste your code there in my server. I can take a look. Just join that server. Let me open the server meanwhile. Where is my Discord? Some guy has did some bug. Spammer is there in my crew. Wait, I just need to remove the spammer from the server. The fuck they just did? I don't know how the spammer joined the group. Where we are, guys? Okay, okay. Manu has some suggestion, right? Manu, you can join my Telegram and tell me like how you have converted into Tabulo. I really want to learn this part. We just need to fill our DP. And for that, I know we definitely need some base case. Like something is always true. That is 0, comma 0. If you have 0 length S and 0 length T, doesn't matter we skip or not is always true, right? I think we are in a wrong direction. It's just a file 4 level. Yeah, it's a file level, but I don't think so. It is this complicated. Wait, what? The fuck? I just saw this solution in the morning. I thought some kind of DP optimization they just used, but it's greedy. Wait, what the fuck just happened here? I plus plus, okay. No, bro, I didn't get this. I didn't get this approach. What just did it did? Track the matching length with zero replacement. Track the matching length with one replacement. For each character in T, we extend I if C matches S of I. We extend J C matches S of J. Or we replace S of I to reach the length I plus 1. We return to if J reach the full length of S. It's it is a DP optimization only, but it is one of the good DP optimization problem. I think I have to learn this concept then. This is very good problem. Yeah, I have added in I have shared this my DP playlist. DP list you can fork. Like I can again share. Okay, guys, that's all for the today. We have a good problem. Like we had a good discussion. We had a good problem also today. We think a lot. So I need to solve this problem. It's very good. I recommend you guys also to solve the problem. Like I have mentioned here, this is the subsequence after one replacement. Yes, that's good actually. We should maintain, like I have maintained two lists, Upsol and Best DP, and some are the others. Thank you guys for joining. Have a great day. Enjoy. Bye bye. See you later.